listening to the MPI Paranormal Podcast, where the truth is to be found. A podcast exploring all things paranormal, hauntings, UFOs, crypto, the unknown. Our members believe in the skeptical approach, but with an open mind, just trying to make sense of it all.
I want to get back in there, try to figure that out, because it is the unknown.
I don't really have a say on it right now because I don't know what the video looks like.
Well, I'm looking for the evidence. What's the evidence? A story to me is not really evidence because that's one person's experience.
Right.
And I take my personal beliefs into it, but like you said, then I have my skeptical side that wants to prove it another way.
Military Paranormal Investigations is not affiliated to any branch of the military. It's time! Coming to you from North Texas on multiple platforms for maximum reach. Here are your hosts, members of the MPI team.
And welcome back to another episode of Military Paranormal Investigations Podcast. Once again, I am Rob, and also, once again, I am the only one in the studio. And yes, it is because of COVID. We can't really get everyone in the studio at the same time. Still, so with that COVID, remember, always to be safe, wash your hands, use social distancing, and when you're outside, put a mask on, all right? Just help everyone else out. Don't forget, you can find us on Podbean, Military Paranormal Investigations, or just type in Military Paranormal. You can also find us on all major streaming platforms, iTunes, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, and a lot of others that are out there. You can also find us on militaryparanormal.com. Social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Pretty much everything is just Military Paranormal, all one word, but Twitter is MPI_paranormal. Our YouTube channel has got a couple new subscribers. We finally hit over 100, so that means we should have our own URL out there. We just have to set that up right now. We're not doing any streaming platforms, no Facebook Live, YouTube, or anything like that, because, like I said, it's just me in the studio. You can also email us at podcast@militaryparanormal.com if you have any comments or suggestions about a topic or maybe one of our past episodes that you heard and you want to ask us some questions. Or if you need some advice on the paranormal, anything paranormal, you can call us at 940-437-4MPI. That's 4674, the last four. All right, so tonight is going to be our third campfire podcast, which is actually the Caddo Lake Podcast Part 2. The first one we had out there. If you listened to it the first time, it was probably the highs and lows were going up and down, and I went back in there and actually got it all one level, so it should be a lot better out there. It was kind of hard because we don't have everything that we have in the studio out there when we're out doing the campfire podcast, so just bear with us. This one, like I said, is going to be the third night that Mike and I were out there at Caddo Lake searching for signs of Bigfoot. This time we actually went around the island and had some two things. One, I know Mike has put this on his Instagram site and stuff. I actually lost my GoPro camera when we were doing some filming. We had found this bridge, and there was this tour boat that was coming under this bridge, and I was like, oh, that'd be a great shot to be right above it as it comes under. So as I turned around, I guess I kind of lost my grip, and my GoPro fell right into the river there. And luckily it was on the side, only probably about a good 3 feet deep. And so I was actually just standing there watching it with my mouth open, waiting for Mike to come over. Little did I know that Mike had his camera out, and he's actually filming me the whole time, waiting for me to turn with my face. But I was dead set. I was not going to move my gaze as where my GoPro was until he came over and I showed him exactly where it was. And I climbed down there, got into the river, and I was able to retrieve my GoPro. We thought that we were going to have some good footage of it actually falling out and hitting, but I guess when it hit the bridge and kept tumbling, it must have turned off. But that would have been pretty funny, pretty hilarious anyways. But at the bridge, we also had a encounter, and I'll wait until the podcast to tell you about what that encounter was. It was pretty interesting. We tried to debunk it, but we really couldn't. So take a listen, and once again, remember, sorry about all the cricket sounds out there, and I did try to pull our voices out from the background, so you should have a better listening than you did on the previous one. So sit back, relax, and this is Caddo Lake Campfire Podcast Part 2.
Oh, man. Woo-wee. What a day. It was a great day today. I had a lot of fun out there. So this is what, Campfire Podcast 3? 3, yeah. 2 out here. Yep, second one. Tomorrow we're going to be leaving. So, yeah. So we did a lot of exploration of the island this time.
Yeah, it was fun today. Had a blast today.
I had a scare today. And I'll talk more about that at the end.
That's good stuff.
It was good stuff. Alright, so we went around the island, because yesterday we walked it. Figured out, too much to walk.
And too many hogs to walk.
Yeah, way too many hogs. So we went around the front of the island, north end, and
we paddled around.
Oh, paddled around. Really, really pretty out there. We did something shoot.
Carter Chute.
It's in between the Sloth and the Goat Island. If you get a chance, highly recommend it. So we're going around there, and we come up to this bridge, real old style bridge. And of course, us guys got to go climb the bridge. So we find a place to park and find a nice little path and get up there. And it turns out there's a road up there.
And we later would find out that it was an oil-filled access road.
We found a nice clear spot out there.
Couldn't figure out what it was to begin with. Had some tie downs, and later on we kind of figured out that it was probably where an oil rig was at one point in time, and there's some tie downs like for derrick or something.
I did a surround shot of the area, and I posted it on my Instagram page. So if you get a chance, go check it out. It's pretty cool.
We didn't take the drone, which would have been awesome.
Oh God, yes, that would have been awesome.
We're down to the end of day 3, and our technology is caught up with the best of it. Running out of juice on everything. I know Rob's got a couple batteries in his kayak. I've got 4 in mine. About a little over 100 amp hours of juice, but we've kind of, and then all of the portables we have, but all the GoPro batteries, everything that we got, we just kind of threw them down. And then cell phones out here are constantly searching for signal. So we do get a signal every now and then, but anyway, they just ran down.
You do. I haven't had a signal since day 1, since we got here. I haven't been able to do anything. So you get to post on Instagram. I'll be playing catch up when I get back.
If you're listening to this, you can see some of the photos that I posted on Undiscovered Origins on my Instagram or Facebook. There, you can kind of see some of the stuff that we've been doing out here. But it's pretty neat. I've tagged Rob, Paranormal Road Rider, and MPI, of course, and so you should be able to find them in any of the locations there and see what's going on.
And just for a small intro, because I know we didn't do it till the end last time, if you're catching this podcast, you can find us on any major network. You can find us on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Podbean. You can find us on Stitcher, any.
Your favorite podcasting app, you're able to find us now.
Right. And then if you want to look us up, you can find us at Military Paranormal, one word, militaryparanormal.com, MPI_paranormal on Twitter. And then, of course, your Undiscovered Origins. You can find you on Instagram and Facebook. YouTube as well. You can find me, Paranormal Road Rider, all one word, on YouTube, Instagram. I do have a .com, but I just haven't built the page. That's up and coming. But these podcasts we haven't been able to do, like we said, because of the COVID and getting out here and stuff. But I figured we talked a little bit about it, and we can talk about what happened last night, what happened, what we did today, and then I guess what we're going to do tomorrow.
All right. Well, last night was pretty uneventful.
I slept good.
We were exhausted, so I think we got in bed probably around midnight.
Yeah, right after we did the podcast.
And I woke up like 1 something and then 2 something, just briefly. And I thought I had to go to the bathroom so bad, but then I just laid there. And anyway, ended up getting up about 6 o'clock. And then went back to bed and got up about 8:30, 8:45. And then
normally I get up 2 or 3 times. The past couple nights I've gotten up 2 or 3 times. I only got up once last night to use the bathroom. And then I woke up again, was thinking I should use the bathroom, and I was like, no, I'm going to go back to sleep. I don't hear Mike up. So I went back to sleep.
I think you got up right after me at 6.
Uh-huh.
And then it was
10:30. 10:30 when I woke up.
But it was well needed. It's been fun out here, and
I'll blame it on the old man syndrome.
Yeah.
Seeing how that's what Jeff does it, I'll blame it on it, the old man syndrome this time.
But it was exhausting. You know, we drove nearly 6 hours to get over here, loaded up the kayaks, drove over here, unloaded them, paddled over here, set up camp. You know, did all that, and yesterday we did all that walking, all the stuff that was going on with that, went fishing, and then, you know, we were just worn out.
Yeah, we were.
But today started off a little different. We got up after we finally got Rob out of bed, and I had breakfast ready, and we decided...
What a good man.
We knew that we were going to sausage on a stick.
Heck yeah, sausage on a stick.
The bacon wrap sausage on it.
Oh, those things were so good. I think I had 4 of them this morning. They were really good.
But we knew when we got up that we were going to paddle around we were going to try to paddle all the way around Goat Island. And then
but we actually had a visitor before we even got pushed off.
Oh yeah, because this island, once a year, there's a group. I can't remember the name of the group.
Neither can I. But he said
North Texas.
Yeah.
Paddle. But they're a large kayak canoe group.
Probably about 60. He said is going to be out here next weekend.
They're going to come out here and take over the island, and I think it's great getting people out in there.
Heck yeah.
But they do it all the time. But yeah, it was kind of weird. I turned around and he was...
Yeah, he was up there bringing out his big weed eater and everything to cut places out. And he did because we have this one little camp spot that's by far the best one. And then he made another one right in the middle, and then one down there, and then he put paths all the way down, I guess, where they're going to put all their commodes and stuff. But he made a really nice area here. So if you get a chance, come out camping here on Goat Island, just not next weekend.
Yeah.
Because you won't find a spot.
Actually, he said they're going to burn.
Oh, that's right. They're going to do a controlled burn on Friday.
And if you come out right now, it is hunting season. If you see us on social media or any of our videos, we are wearing our hunter's orange. It's required out here, even if you're not hunting, if you're out in the wildlife management area right now. So,
and make sure you get your special use permit.
It does take us, limited special use permit to come out here, and all that money goes back into maintaining these.
Guess what I just did?
You got the lake water?
I got the lake water.
Oh, no.
As soon as I was like, there's no ice in that. All right. So, yeah. Okay. So, if I got the runs, we know why. But luckily, I'm not even going to say it. I didn't swallow. All right, I said it.
Oh, dear. Anyways. But yeah, come out here and check it out. It's great. But we knew what we were going to do when we got up this morning, and when we headed out, of course, as always, plans change.
Yep, as always.
When we got to that bridge, it was really neat, actually. We climbed up on the bank, and of course, we got some good blooper reel footage, because as soon as I started walking across, I screamed like a little girl, and in fact, something went running off in the bushes there, and it was like a little closed path.
Yeah. Couldn't go anywhere except jump into the water, and that wasn't happening. Not that high up where the rocks were.
So, I'll let you.
All right.
You want to go there now?
Yeah, I'll go there now. All right, so we get on the bridge, and it's pretty cool. Cause
actually, before that, when we first walked on the bridge and turned around, we had that rock that hit the side.
Oh, yeah. We had a rock that hit the side of the bridge, and there's no way, because to describe it,
it's old oil-filled storage containers that make like the bridge abutments that go up, between the water and the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And it's piled full of rocks and everything. But we're probably 75 yards.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, the side of the bridge is hit with a rock because it hits, and then it lands in the water. And boom, boom, and splash. And we're like, what the heck? So, was something throwing something at us? I don't know, but in order to make it that far, it had to have had a strong arm. That's all I'm going to say with that one. And like I always tell you, I'm probably one of the biggest skeptics when it comes to Bigfoot. I'm out there trying to find out, but at the same time, I don't know. But I'm slowly coming to this side of the fence. Slowly. But still, I'm going to look at everything. Okay. But anyway, so that happened. There was a boat coming, and we thought it was one of those tour boats. And I was like, oh, this would be an awesome shot with my GoPro. So I'm standing up there, and I want to get the top of them coming down. So I turn, and I don't have it on my tripod. I have it on the actual GoPro mount that you clip onto or slide onto the regular mount. So I have it on that, and as I turn, it fell out of my hands, hit the bridge, and I just watched it fall into the lake, or the river, the water. The swamp, and I'm just looking. For the longest time,
I was waiting on it to turn around.
I just stared there, like, I'm not moving until you get over here, because I know where it's at. There's that rock there. I was not taking my eyes off of it, and I was like, okay, you see that rock? You see that rock right there? He's like, yeah, I see it. I was like, all right. So I go down there. Oh, first I waited until they passed by, because I wasn't about to go down there when they was in there. So once they passed by the ripples, and that's when I was like, okay. So I stood there for a long time looking at this area. And then I go down, walk down there, and I can't see because of the glare on the water. And he's like, it's right there. And I'm like, I don't see it. So literally, I have to put my nose in the water where my eyes is right above it. And sure enough, I found it. I have it. I have yet to look at the footage. Interesting to see it, just boom, but it's going to be a blooper reel. I am going to put it on a blooper reel, because that is by far the funniest. I couldn't see my look, but I know my look that I had, and I was like, that just happened.
If it had been 5 feet to the left, it would have been in the channel.
Yeah, it would have been. There would have been no way of me getting out. Luckily, it was right there. Hey, Hero Black 7. Waterproof. It still worked, so I'm good. It was underwater for a good 10-15 minutes recording, so we're gonna have that. But I recorded the rest of the day with it, so it holds up. But I will say, when you're trying to get that perfect shot, make sure your equipment is secured.
Get a lanyard.
Oh yeah, get a lanyard, get a floaty. And the bad thing is, I have a lanyard. I have a floaty case. I just didn't have it on.
You made me think. So, also this morning before we left.
Oh, yeah.
So for the second time in as many investigations, I take that back, we skipped one. I lost a memory card. Not lost it, like it went down.
Right, but
this one was brand new. And it's kind of frustrating. We went to Brown Springs and we recorded the entire day and night out there. And I got back and it just was corrupt. And that one was a little weird because we had some EMF fluctuations. Some weird stuff. Allison
lost one. I lost one. I lost the footage too.
And anyway, so I've been kind of slow rolling on getting something out with that. Well, this was a brand new card. Jamie and I used it in
when
the
you did when you did your Bigfoot thing.
Fortunately, I got everything off of that before we came out here. But I went to record, and it was recording, and all of a sudden it said bad read and turned off. And so anyway, that's how today started off this morning. But I think we recovered enough footage, and we've got enough that I'm hoping I can recover it when we get back.
Right.
But if not, I think we have enough. The worst thing is I had great shots with my 4K camera of the hogs.
Yes.
So anyway, that's gonna if I need to figure out what's going on, because they were both Samsung cards. So
hopefully maybe that penny will do something for you.
But if not, I'm gonna have to send the camera back to Canon or something. If it's corrupting cards or something, it's that's a $2,000 camera.
Exactly.
It needs to work, and I don't know what's going on. Anyways, so we leave the bridge,
right,
and we start walking down the road that leads over onto the island. To make it 100 yards?
Probably 100 yards, yeah. There's that bird. I still would like to know what. Oh, well, no.
You're on the audio there.
Please format card. Oh, hell no.
I think Rob just lost the card.
No. Not happening. Turn off. We're going to turn that off. Yeah. So we got footage, but I lost the card. So hopefully I can pull it up, but we got audio, so we'll put some stuff together.
This is why we have 2 audio recorders rolling right now.
That's right.
But wasn't that kind of weird? We were just talking about that.
Just talking about that, and boom, it pops up. Please format your SD card.
That's and it was recording this whole time.
This whole time.
So anyway, we make it to this clearing, and as soon as we leave the bridge area, there was the hog sign again. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, we looked around there. It was kind of neat. It'd be a perfect spot to camp.
So we make it to that one clearing spot, and yeah, that would make a perfect base camp.
It would be great if we could get the truck in there, because it's a road. It'd be great if we could set up a base camp with the truck in there.
Oh, God, yes.
And, we would have the shower. And
yeah, we would have everything.
Anyway, so Rob's out there, and he's doing some filming, and as I walk around the corner, I start going down the road a little bit, and there is one of the biggest hog wallows I've ever seen. I mean, this one was probably 4 foot long and 2 or 3 feet deep. And I'm looking, and there's trees everywhere. You can see where they've been scratching their backs and rubbing on. They've actually rubbed the bark. It looks like it's their go-to spot.
Yep.
I mean, they've rubbed the bark off of these trees. And multiple trees, and pine trees the size of a car tire. I mean, it's nuts. And anyway, as I'm walking around this big hog wallow, just kind of in shock at it,
he calls me over there. He's like, "Hey, you need to come over here." I was like, "All right, I'll head over there." And it wasn't not even 15 seconds after that one. All right, you need to get over here now, right now, really quick. So I'm running my ass down and running my butt down there.
And as I was walking along the top of this little ridge, I look down and I see, for lack of better words, a footprint.
Yeah, I will. It looked like a footprint to me as well.
Now, so the area, and I talked about this, I don't know if any of this last night, the area is just not conducive for footprints.
No.
It's swamp. I mean, there's pine needles. You couldn't, if there's a footprint, you just can't make out anything. And a lot of the ground is pretty hard.
Right.
Unless you're right up next to the water. So by walking down the roads, whereas there's drainage and the water puddles on the side, we're able to kind of gauge that. Well, right around this hog wallow, it's actually pretty firm ground. Outside of the hogs aren't even leaving tracks in this area. Well, this pit is, like I said, it's really deep, and it looks like there's a partial footprint. Like if you were to step and it's going uphill,
right?
It's like 2/3 of the foot.
Right, like you're pushing upward, making that step up the hill.
And it's also, I will say this as my disclaimer, it's also reminiscent of a bear track. Now,
Yes, but no.
And there's typically, when you see that, you'll see a lot of times people think Bigfoot tracks or think it's a Bigfoot track and it's a bear track because they step one over the other.
Yes.
So it's that big paw on the front, and then that last half of it kind of comes down. But it's not. It's more elongated.
Mm-hmm.
It's just cut off like on the heel. There is like a slide mark there, but it's a single track.
Yes.
Which, you know, in a lot of skeptics' eyes, that is
not.
I mean,
proof enough, because you only have one. You don't have two.
But I walk around, and the ground is just not conducive in any other area around that to make a track. I mean, I actually stepped like where the next footstep would be, and I mean, you can't even see my shoe print.
Nope.
You know, if I stepped right there beside it, but what it is where they dug down right there, it's kind of made that dirt kind of powdery
right
on the top, and so it left a print, and it looks even almost like it's got ridges and stuff in it.
And that's why I'm leaning skeptic, but seeing stuff like that pushes me more towards, because anyone that's out there, people are going to say, okay, you're making these things up. You're the ones that's doing the footprint and stuff like that. But when it comes down to big skeptic, so to know that there's no way that can happen, and it looks like a footprint.
And this is the same thing I said about the other place.
Yes.
That we go to.
Yep.
Why in the name of God would you be out here barefoot?
You would not.
I mean, you would. I know that there's some country boys out there, but you just don't walk out here barefoot.
Exactly, no.
I mean, come on. And, you know, just a couple nights ago, it was in the low 40s. It rained.
Yep.
The morning we came out here, as a matter of fact, it rained out here the night before, and
even
we got here Friday.
Even this morning it rained a little bit.
Yeah, it was kind of misting a little this morning. Those hog wallows were extremely fresh. I mean, you could see the other ones, they had pine needles, and some had heavy pine needles, some had a few pine needles. These had no pine needles.
Right.
So, I mean, they were extremely fresh. And that goes into my point of, you know, you read many stories, you hear many stories of hunters seeing a Bigfoot walk off with a hog under their arm.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You know, and this island, oh my gosh.
An abundance of pigs for a Bigfoot to have at it whenever they wanted.
So people talk about food source and this, that, and the other. Let me tell you what. You could bring a small army out here and you probably wouldn't put a dent in the population of these hogs. I mean, you would have to do weeks of hunting these things to knock this out. This is the most ridiculous amount of hogs I've seen like this.
Yeah.
This is crazy. And then on top of that note as well, so, you know, I had somebody question me before I left about how does Bigfoot get on an island. Well, I mean, you're an animal, you can swim or you can do whatever, but now we know there's actually...
There's a bridge.
A bridge. You know, and I could see some stuff on satellite imagery before I came, but none of the roads show up on the map. But it's not really a road. I mean, it's not really a marked road. It's an oil-field access road. And there are tire tracks on it.
Yeah.
So it's probably Forest Service access or maybe some four-wheeler access. So we got to look into that a little more. I know that these are designated campsites that we're in, and it's the only thing that's designated in the area. But I don't know if there's a special permit or something we could get, because it would be great to go over there.
It would be.
You know, this island's pretty big. I mean, when I was measuring on the deal there, we were at least a mile from here.
Yeah. If not more.
Yeah, if not more.
Because it sure felt like more than a mile.
Yeah,
Let me
we were
tell you.
I mean, it took us, 45 minutes to get to the bridge. And you figure if you're doing a mile in an hour, I mean, we were paddling pretty good over there because we were on a mission when we left. We weren't really lollygagging or anything. So yeah, it was, needless to say, we ended up walking, and we went on further down and we found another.
Well, that's how we found out that the first one was an oil access.
There's actually a pump jack down there, and then there's a pipe running alongside the road, which made me think that, but, you know, out in West Texas, we're more in North Central Texas, they use these flexible lines. Of course, this has been a protected wetland for many, many years now, so those would have been old access.
Plus, I've never even heard of the company.
Yeah.
The American Patriot.
Yeah, something. It was all rusted up.
Yeah, American Patriot Corporation or something like that.
That pump jack hadn't worked in a long time. But anyway, so we walked and kept going, and once you get to that spot, the road wasn't obviously driven much anymore. So
right.
We were in shorts, and we did think to take our shoes with us because we knew we were going to possibly get out and walk. But yeah, it was just getting too overgrown. And again, with the hog population out here, it's just crazy. So anyway, needless to say, we didn't make it around the island. We were going to try to go around the island just...
Sloth Island, yeah. That didn't work either.
It's on the slough is what that...
Slough?
Yeah. It's, you know, I was looking on the map when we got back, and it's, there's actually two that meet. And then in the drought, which is what one of the satellite images I have is in the drought, there was no passage through there. So it's obviously very shallow.
Oh, yeah. It looked very shallow. I mean, when we were up there, we could see 2 feet had dropped down on the trees.
But you need, unless you're from here and you've been in there a lot, you need GPS to get through that.
Yeah, I will say that. Make sure you got some sort of GPS on you.
It's, and it's deep. You know, not saying I don't mean deep like deep water. It's like deep in the woods right there. Anyway, so we ended up paddling back.
Right.
We wet a line on the way back a little bit. Caught a couple fish that way.
And then you went off, came back to the base camp. I stuck around doing some more fishing, but then I could have sworn something got thrown in the water towards me. Didn't know, so I sat there and listened. Didn't see anything, so I started getting closer to the shore, and it was just on the other side of where we were looking last time.
Yeah, we're kind of on the campsite's on a point.
Right.
And we're kind of on, if you were holding like a ruler straight up and down in front of you, we're kind of on the right side of the point. You were on the left side of the point. And there was an old campsite there.
Yeah, I found an old campsite because I saw a sign, and I was like, oh, what's this sign? Went up to it, designated camping site. But it was old. I mean, there was 3 or 4, 5 trees that were down. And then it was all overgrown, and they need to clean it up, but it would have been an awesome campsite. It really would have. I got some pictures that I'll show you. It would have been a really awesome...
You got to be careful when you're out here. I know the lady warned me when I called about coming out here, and it's a deadfall zone, which is where the old dead trees are falling. And here it's been kind of cleaned out, you know, and the trees that are here are in good standing. But if you get too close to the edge or something, there's some trees, they call them widowmakers. I mean, you'll be sleeping in your tent and down they come in a little wind. So you gotta be careful if you're doing that kind of stuff. But anyway,
probably sound like a Bigfoot running through the woods coming at your truck or something.
Oh, imagine that. Did we ever tell that story? We told that story.
We had to have told that story. Had to have told that story. Because there was 3 grown men. Go, 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 go! And me, I'm ducking down the back. Like that's gonna help.
Here, we'll throw it in there.
All right, we'll throw it in there.
So we went to the Bigfoot conference last spring down in, not this last one because it got canceled. We were out riding around, and we go to this spot that a guy had pointed out where there were numerous sightings, had it pinned, and we were riding around, and we had just gotten there really, and we had backed the truck up, and we're on the way out. So that year when we went to the conference, that was our second one, right?
Yes, that was the second time
we went there. And when we were headed when we were at the conference, there was tornadoes all around us.
Yep.
It was some bad storms. And matter of fact, we ended up eating dinner as they rolled up, and as the last line rolled through, we took off and went out there.
Right.
And so we get out there, and the wind's still kind of blowing, but it had already like cleared up the sky, but it was that front was pushing on through. And we get to this area. It's where, I know we told this story. The first year we went out there, they were filming a Bigfoot movie.
Right. I know we told that one.
And so we pull up there, and we just got in there, and I turned off the lights in the truck, and we were just kind of sitting there,
Windows rolled down,
listening. We had audio recorders rolling and thermals going, and we were sitting there, and all of a sudden we get the smell of this
death.
Yeah, dead animal.
That was it, just death.
And then it went away.
Yep.
And I was actually listening to some sounds over off to the left side of the truck, on the driver's side of the truck. And then we kept hearing these noises on the right side of the truck.
Uh-huh.
And then we got that smell again.
Uh-huh.
And then we would hear these noises, and then we got that smell again. And
now, just a disclaimer. That day, we heard a story of a hunter that was surrounded by two Bigfoot. And basically told the same thing that was happening to us.
yeah, and talked about how they smell like rotting carcass or whatever, because they never bathe and they eat animals and they get the stench on them and everything. And anyway, so we're sitting there, and then we hear this loud noise, and it's not the big one yet, but we hear this loud noise, and then the overwhelming smell just envelops the truck, and then all hell breaks loose.
Yep.
It is like
a herd of elephants just running,
coming to the truck, and it's getting louder and louder and louder and louder, and it's just and everybody, Rob hits the floorboard, I think.
Oh, I did.
Drive.
Go.
So anyway, I get the truck started, and we haul ass out of there, pretty much. And anyway, we get up the way, and we're laughing at this point in time, because, I ain't gonna lie, it scared the bejesus out of everybody.
Oh, yeah.
There is no doubt. There is nobody that would ever listen to this that would not have been scared in this instance.
Yep.
So we ended up, it's late at this point in time. We'd been riding around to some other spots already. And
we go back to the hotel.
Yeah, we go back to the hotel, and we said, hey, we're listening to the audio, and we're like, holy crap, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But then the skeptic in us all, the investigator in us all, comes out and says, you know what, we got to go back tomorrow.
Yep. We
have to go back tomorrow and see what actually was going on there in the daylight. So we get there. Anyway, when we pull up, we instantly realize what's going on.
Yep.
Somebody had dumped a dead cow about 30 yards off the road up in the edge of the woods.
And we were literally right there.
And there were vultures all up in the trees.
And we thought that was knocking.
Yeah, and we hear that, and we thought this was this noise that was in the rustle and everything that was going on, because they were there to get the cow. And there was a pine tree, probably the size of a tractor tire in diameter, and maybe 100 and something feet tall.
Yep.
That was obviously dislodged from the storm, because it had a massive root ball on it.
And it was coming straight for the truck.
And maybe the vultures landed in it and it set it off, but it fell directly at the truck and stopped maybe 20 yards from the edge of the road. But that crashing sound we heard was that tree falling through all the other trees as it hit, and then it hit the ground and shook the truck and everything else. So anyway, that's our story. It was quite interesting. Anyway, it's funny now, but it wasn't funny at the time.
If we would not have investigated,
that would have been our Bigfoot story.
That would have been it. I would have swore up and down that Bigfoot was real. You couldn't have told me otherwise.
But we went back and figured out it wasn't what it was. But anyway, we come back to camp, and we get here. We had MREs tonight. Every night we've cooked home cooked food. Last night, first night we had steak. Second night we had the jambalaya. We've had the decent breakfast and some good lunches. Today was, as we wrapped up, we had MREs tonight, because we don't have to worry about cleaning pots and pans. We knew we had to pack up. By the way, it's a storm tomorrow starting at 9 o'clock, so we have to get out of here and get back to the truck and load it before about 9 o'clock.
Now, if you're listening to this podcast and you want to see us eating our MREs, go to Undiscovered Origins Instagram page, Facebook page. I guarantee he's going to post them on there. I did the exact same thing. Oh, no, probably on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
They'll be on his YouTube channel. They'll be on my YouTube channel, Paranormal Road Rider. Go and check them out because it's pretty comical.
It's neat. I ate a lot of MREs deployed one time.
Well, I've eaten a lot too, but MREs were not like that. Like I told you, I had the little cans of crackers and the green peanut butter. All my stuff was in green MREs.
Well, for people that don't know what an MRE is, it's called a meal ready to eat, and it's when you deploy or you're in a forward location, that's what they give you. They come in pouches, and as a matter of fact, when they get a field kitchen set up, they're just big versions of the MRE that they put in a deal. But it comes with everything you need for it's basically a day's worth of calories. So you get an MRE, and it's got like a little breakfast bar, a little lunch thing, a snack, and then a meal and a drink. But anyway, I had Southwest chicken and black beans, and then you had the rib patty.
Yeah, the rib patty with Spanish beans and rice, or Spanish rice and beans.
Mine was really good. I enjoyed it.
The rib was good with the barbecue sauce on it. The Spanish rice, no. But I ate it because I was hungry, but no, I will not be picking that choice again. I'll be like, all right, what you got? Here we go. We're trading. Yeah, Spanish rice is good.
That's what you did in the military. You might get, you might get tuna casserole, and I can't do that. So you would trade that with somebody that did. You would trade it for what you liked.
Oh, I would have traded anything for that Spanish rice. Let me tell you, it was not good.
So we get through eating, and we're gonna get our gear packed up. And about that time, we hear some hollering off in the background. Now
you hear the whoo, whoop, like that going, and we're like, oh, so we stopped everything and just got out the camera, got out the parabolic mic, and there was some.
And I'll say maybe with the echoes, it maybe could have been an owl, but it was just different.
It was different.
These were more of we would go, woo, and then we would do it, and it would come back. And then it would, woo, and then we would do it, and we would try to mimic it, and it would come back. Then right after that, there was an owl came in, and you could tell.
You could tell the difference between the owl and that. You really could.
And, anyway, as I got the parabolic out, then we thought we heard something walking up on us.
Well, you heard. I didn't hear nothing. So
I thought you said you heard it with your ears.
No, I heard something over here behind us. I didn't hear nothing over there.
Okay.
I heard something over here, which is why I turned around, my hand on my hip, grabbing the gun.
It's, something was trying to walk up, but it could have been because we were making that and an animal was coming to check it out or trying to get out of Dodge.
Right.
Anyway, then it just as quickly as it started, it stopped. And that was our day.
That was the day, and then we packed everything up pretty much. All we got to do is take everything out of the tent, load up on the kayaks, take down our hammocks, get out of here. And we're looking to get out of here by, wake up by what, 6?
We're going to wake up at 6. There's only there's 20% chance all night, 10% at 6. Actually, I see some stars again now. And then starting at 9 o'clock, it goes from 10% to 40% of thunderstorms. So there's obviously, and then the temperature kind of comes back down. And I know my wife, I actually got a message from her earlier where it was already 55 there, and we were at 80 something today here.
What?
Yeah, it got warm today.
No, it's cold over there?
Yeah, she sent me a message at
oh, man, no. I want nice weather.
So, anyway, obviously a little front coming through or something, so it's going to get stormy on us, so we have to get everything loaded in the kayaks, paddle that. Actually, I measured it today on Google Earth. It's 3,263 feet.
Okay.
If I follow the channel around. So anyway, get over there, unload all that, reload it on the truck, which Big Bertha tomorrow is going to suck.
Oh,
tired as we already are.
Yeah.
My kayak, without any of the accessories, weighs 96 pounds. My truck is at the roof rack height is 7.5 feet, maybe.
Yeah, maybe about that. Yeah.
So anyway, it's going to be fun to load that up, and then we're going to throw Rob's up there all again, and then we're going to head out. We're going to go to Jefferson. Go and get some pictures again in front of the Bigfoot statue there. And then if we get out here in time and the weather's not horrible or whatever, we're going to try to jet over to Falk, Arkansas, which is home of the Boggy Beast, and
Get some pictures. Go to Monster Mart, and the guys in there that were the people that own the store now are still the family of the guys that were in the movie, The Beast of Boggy Creek, or The Legend of something like that, Boggy Creek. And anyway, when we went before, they were in there and they're just talking to you like you're your longtime neighbors. So
Yep.
it's pretty neat. They got the little museum thing there, and anyway, then we're gonna make from there. We'll make about a 6-hour drive to get home
And unload.
and unload again. Which I'm probably gonna leave Bertha on until
Okay.
Tuesday.
All right.
Yeah, depends on what the weather's gonna do.
Yeah.
And then hopefully, by me taking off to come out here, my workload is going to be increased, but I'm going to try my best to start getting some of this stuff produced and put out on YouTube.
But we definitely have a lot of footage.
Yeah, well,
a couple of
you got
videos.
more than I do now. I can't believe I lost another card. You don't have this.
Well, hopefully the computer will get it. But like I said, I got all my footage too. Well, I don't know. I just lost a card too.
Yeah. I've got a recovery program that does pretty good, but my last one, it wouldn't even recognize the card. I mean, it just died. This one at least says it's got a bad read. It wants to know if it can recover, and it's reading the card. It just says it can't read. So hopefully, but it's a brand spanking new card. But both of them, I was looking, both of them are Samsung cards.
Interesting.
So I don't think I'm going to buy another Samsung card. Yeah, I'm hoping that PNY will do good, and then I've got a couple of others. That Elite one, I forget what it's called. Anyways, try to get some of this stuff out to you. The mosquitoes are eating me alive.
I know, me too. I was just thinking the same thing.
We got spoiled that first night when it was cool.
Yeah, we did.
Blowing a little. But anyway, hopefully we'll get some of this stuff out here pretty soon. I still need to do Watchdog Mountain trip with Jamie because, man, you've heard it.
I've heard it.
It's
I want to go. Well, I also got the phone call from Jamie saying,
yeah, like 2 in the morning.
2 in the morning, I get a phone call from Jamie. She's like, no, never again. You're going with him. I will not. I was like, what's up? She told me, and I'm just laughing. I was just laughing.
You know, she is not a outdoor girl. And she agreed to go on our anniversary, mind you.
I don't know how you managed that one.
And we were 25 minutes from the nearest paved dirt road. We went down a 2-track off the side of a mountain in the truck and
Found the spot.
We found the spot, and she'll never do that again. I can promise you that.
Oh, I can tell you she won't be there. She's like, no, not happening.
I don't know if I will ever get her in a tent again. She said she would do we went, when we left there, we went through Heavener, Oklahoma, and there is another runestone thing there. And, I read some stuff, and some skeptics really debunked that, but that place is amazing. It's got this big rock in the middle of this valley, and it's got runes carved in it, which is
nice.
the old Viking type.
Yeah.
But there's actually 5 sides. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
That sounded like a coyote right here, dude. Where's that flashlight?
I'm looking.
That sounded like a yip. Did you? Hopefully the audio got that. Sorry, guys, doing a little security. Oh.
All right.
Alrighty. I forget where I was at.
You were... She'll never do it again. Oh, the ruins. Like,
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool. So I need to get, and I never even put the pictures up on social media. I need to do that. But anyway, if you ever get a chance to go up that way, there's all kinds of sites out there like that. But, all right, we're starting to ramble.
yeah, we are starting to ramble, so let's wrap this up. It's a good time. I enjoyed the vacay,
Yes,
if you
sir.
would. There was
A lot of people wouldn't want to do this, but Oh, thanks for dragging me out here. I'm glad we planned something like this, and we're going to plan another one, you said about March, April time frame?
As soon as hunting season ends, I think I want to get out here. I want to get out here where we can, I've been a hunter my whole life, so I feel bad if you walk up on somebody and all. So I want to get out here when it's not hunting season where we can move around a little better.
Right.
Maybe when it's still cool, and maybe there's less people out here running around.
Definitely see if we can find those.
But I've lived near here before. We're not too far from Marksville Air Force Base.
Right.
Yep. And this is a sweltering hole in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, I bet.
It's stagnant. And anyway, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, but it's hot.
Oh, yeah. It's a swamp.
Yeah. So anyway, the mosquitoes will carry you off.
Yeah. Because they're not liking that damn. We just sprayed off right before we did this.
I'm covered in permethrin too.
These things say, screw you. We're getting that blood.
Yeah, we can get out here maybe come back out in the spring, especially if we can get access down that road.
Yeah.
Even if we didn't come in the boats and we could get, a campsite, because we could camp over at the launch area if it doesn't matter, and then just kind of move around. But anyway, the whole purpose of this trip was recon, was to, we can look on a map, we can read stories, and we can do all that, but until you come put eyes on something and can physically walk it and see it and touch it and smell it, you just really can't come up with a plan. And then hopefully by then we'll have the the solar panels and stuff going. Well, I learned one thing that I learned on this is I need to, I've done like a couple videos. We actually put one out on MPI. I've done it myself. I haven't put it back out, but I keep my go bag, but that thing's worthless in a situation like this.
Yeah, it is.
It's great to keep in my truck, and if we need to go do a house or go do this.
Yeah, but exploration? Yeah, no.
And I know that. I mean, I've been going camping for many, many years, but to put your stuff in a kayak, paddle away, come and camp for 4 days, I need to rethink my thought process.
Yes.
And then not only the gear that we need, but the gear that we use for investigating.
Yeah.
It changes everything. And like tomorrow, I made sure everything that we had, everything's in a dry bag or a dry sack cover or waterproof or this. But, in the morning, we got to paddle out in the rain. You know what I mean? That's, I need to make sure that we got a lot of expensive equipment.
We do, but most of it will be in the dry bags. My big dry bag really is not going to have anything in it. I don't know what I had in it, but we'll have room in that dry bag. And
well, we should have a lighter load paddling out too after we've done all our consumables.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, I think we'll sign off here.
Yeah. Remember Campfire Podcast 3.
Remember that you can always find us at militaryparanormal.com or on YouTube,
Facebook,
Instagram,
Twitter.
You can find us on your favorite podcatching platform, and make sure you go check everything out there.
Yeah, check out Undiscovered Origins and Paranormal Road Rider. I guarantee you we will have more videos up on those sites. All right, so until next time when we can get Jeff and Allison with us.
Jeff said we may have a case, so maybe we'll have a little haunting investigation coming out here soon.
And we still have the one in Gainesville.
Yep. Yeah, we still got to go back to that house to the one in Gainesville. I've already paid for half of that. We need to make sure we get out to that.
Exactly.
And then we also need to release the stuff, and I know Jeff's been honest about it, and we've got to release our stuff from Fort Belknap. We got the podcast out there, but we got to release our findings for that to get with those guys. I want to go back to that place.
So do I.
That place is awesome. That might be a good little winter camp to go to.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyways, we'll see you guys next time.
Have a good night, everyone.
And we'll have to throw Allison in there. Bye, y'all.
Thank you for listening to the MPI Paranormal Podcast. This podcast has been brought to you by Military Paranormal Investigations. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Don't forget to connect with us on Podbean, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Until next time, the truth is to be found.